Welcome to the EWS Tweed Valley, everybody. I've ventured up here onto one of the stages because I want to check out what the pros do. And I'm talking all things line choice, how they do it, where they do it, when they do it, and why do they do it. So we're going to head onto a real cool bit of track where there is a ton of different lines to choose from and break down exactly what they do and why. Right, I've come up on track to a fairly innocuous looking section, and the beginning of the pro women's category is just coming down, and you can clearly see there are two definitive lines on track, a far riders left over there and then far riders right here, and both are fairly worn. Now the smarter riders, they're going to go for the inside line on that far left there because that is the fastest. Basically it sets them up in the straightest line for the next section after this, which is what we're going to get to. This right hand lane here, well, it adds a big old S-bend and it's just going to add on a little bit extra time. And when racing does come down to milliseconds, riders are always going to be looking for the quickest. It's not necessarily going to be the smoothest, just the fastest. Let's see how these guys and girls get on now. Okay, that was a great example. You could see that actually she took a slightly more outside line there and it added more of an S-bend. These are the two trees that they're aiming to go between, obviously, and that inside line that the previous riders had taken, well, it basically straight lined it all the way through, carrying their speed nicely. Here's where carrying that speed through the previous section comes into play then. See, the rider was a little bit slower there. She didn't have the momentum to stay high, so she was just down below the roots. The next rider through, I think, is going to carry a lot more speed, straight lining it before, so they carry the pace through the trees. They'll stay nice and high, skip over the roots, and just, again, carry more speed all the way down through the track. And all those milliseconds, like I said, they do add up. So here we go. We've got one of the fast girls, Chloe Taylor, just coming on track now. Perfect, just like I thought. Skipped over those roots and even hopped a couple as well. Here's a really obvious line choice section where there is a definitive faster line here. So you've got the main ridden line here on rider's right, big old snake around the turns here. You come in right, left, right again, or they can gap over the trees, the cut down trees on the left-hand side, look, or bang their way through, and it's just a dead straight line through the entire section. It probably saves them a good second's worth of time. The tricky things with lines like this is that actually may not have been there in practice. Lines will develop all the time throughout the course of practice and race day as riders spot these insides and these straight lines that are obviously still within the tapes and that they can do. Look. That guy then, you see, he saw the straight line, he took it. He may not have known that that was there in practice, but obviously a rider's going to have to keep their wits about them and constantly looking down the trail to spot these lines just to make up time anywhere they can. Line choice isn't just about lefts and rights, but straight lines as well, using trail features and obstacles to either skip out things that may slow them down or gapping stuff to generate more speed. You can see here the rider gaps off the stump to the back side of the bank, carrying speed and even increasing it. When it gets tight, the riders will always look to open up the corner regardless of what it's like, and you can see that here. The rider carving up high beforehand may not be quicker to begin with, but the exit speed's higher and carries more speed out and into the next turn. It's clearly visible in this next section too. The track really widens up and the racer holding the high line is riding in a dead straight line, skipping over the roots with their eyes clearly on the prize. The rider on the low line is coming in just as quick, but then to get round the corner quickly has the cut up, slowing them down slightly, and this once again shows in the exit speed. Holding the high line allows them to open up the turn and get on the preferred exit line, cutting the apex so that they can pedal out of the turn and into the downslope, giving them speed to cross the road. There we go then, the pro lines delved into. I mean, there was some unreal riding in there from both the men and the women. It was really interesting to see as well, just where on track they put the bike, how they ride certain stuff. If you like that video and you want to see more stuff, kind of how the pros do it and we break it down, then let me know in the comments down below. Give us a little like, a little thumbs up, why not? But from me, for now, I'll catch you next time.